Yo, yo, yo. What's up, my peoples? What's going on? Happy flippin' fuck. Might have to try that one again. Happy flippin' Father's Day. To all the dads out there, man. And by dads, I mean people that actually fill that role. Not just in the literal sense of being biologically attributed to creating another human being. Father is actually somebody that, fulfills the duties of raising kids, whether or not they're biological. And could be anybody. Could be anybody, really, you know. Could be older siblings. Could be uncles, could be cousins, could be grandparents, anybody, man. Fills that role as a father that helps to give somebody a some kind of guide and semblance of a way to grow and live and be better, and those are fathers. And couldn't start today off without giving all those people that fill that role their props, so happy Father's Day to all the people that do fill that role. I appreciate it very much. And happy Father's Day to my own father, actually, as well as my father-in-law. I've been blessed, man, with I've got an amazing dad. My dad's a very cool individual, and has always been there for me and taught me a lot of good life lessons, and definitely played a huge part in me becoming the person I am. And I got very, very fortunate to marry into an amazing family as well, where I have a great father-in-law also who has always taken amazing care of me and continued to just be there for me for anything that I needed, and always treated me very, very well. So I'm a very fortunate individual on that front, and so I don't know. I only ever wish the same thing for anybody else, and I don't know. Today's the day, man. Today's the day. If you've got anybody in your life that has filled that role of a father type figure, and at least give them a call, give them a text or something, and say thank you. Thank you for anything they've done to do that for you, I think they would very much appreciate that, as I do myself. So thank you to my dads. Let's do this, man. It's got video gaming news for today, June 16th, coming up. And that's going to be it, guys. I'm going to spend time with my wife and kids today, celebrating Father's Day. So we're going to do video gaming news, and that'll be it. That'll be it. We'll finish up with that, and we'll get back to Ghost of Tsushima tomorrow, okay? So I hope everybody's weekend's going very well. Let's get in it. That coffee's good, boy. Good coffee. We talked about this yesterday. Galvanic Games shutting down. The Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree release for time zones. We'll pull that up for everybody real quick. This is a big deal. A big deal. Ryu missed out on being ranked as one of Capcom's most popular characters. Really? Interesting. That's wild. Let's look something up real quick. Looks like it's still just rumors. Yeah. You actually will. You will very soon. You will. Yeah, because Nintendo, right? We talked about this the other day. What's up, Soup? Happy Sunday, dude. Nintendo, unlike PlayStation, very, very quickly signed that contract with Microsoft, you know? So the problem with Nintendo is hardware. You know, their hardware is very underpowered. So until it might not happen in large part anyways with the more modern Call of Duty stuff until the new Switch comes out. But they're working on it. You better believe it. They're working on it. Call of Duty is going to be on Nintendo's platform. Save it for that. Yeah, they almost have to. Unless it's like very, very old COD games, you know. But they're working on it. What's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Yeah, there's not a date yet for the June showcase. We're still waiting on it. So we'll keep paying attention and try to find out. Banana is a game on Steam. It's free. It's a banana that you click on. It's a banana. That's it. But it's blowing up. It's going viral. This has been disproven. Readers suggest video games need a price increase in order to stay profitable, but that they'd still be cheaper than during the 16-bit era. This has been disproven due to things like inflation and stuff, as well as, look, man, I guarantee you, the way this individual is looking at this is simply by retail cost, and you can't do that. You can't do that. It's a very, very closed-minded way to look at the way this industry works nowadays, as opposed to the way that it used to work back in the 16-bit era. Back in the 16-bit era, everything was off-the-shelf pricing, right? That's all there was. You got what you made from off-the-shelf prices and sales. And what did they start doing, especially with the prominence of online gaming and the internet and everything? It all became monetize everything on the back end. You know, the DLCs, battle passes, microtransactions, they're making their money. They're making way more than AAA price tag most of the time, you know? And so I would actually argue that maybe what we need is not necessarily price increases, but better video gaming companies. Yeah. So we've got this industry. Oh, I know you would, buddy. Eating some tofu? Sick. We just had tofu the other night. Yeah. We have tofu quite often. I would argue that with as profitable as this industry has become, and as polluted as it has become, with businesses that want a piece of that pie, we're really actually riddled with an issue of too many lackluster games. right? So everybody, you know, all these companies want to be on this side of profitability and making, because year on end, this industry is making more and more and more and more money, and it's already blowing like the box office, you know, side of the entertainment out of the water now. And so, you know what I mean? It's crazy. There's so much money to be made, but there are so few companies, I feel like, that do it very, very well, that can consistently be profitable. And there are a lot of them that have gotten too big. They've got names like Call of Duty. Even though they don't come out with consistently good products, they've got a name they can ride, right? And here's the thing. Bad companies die off. That's just a part of it. Bad companies die off in every industry, and they need to die off in this industry. And unfortunately, again, there are a lot of big ones that have at one point been very good, but now are not very good. They've been lucky to have gotten to a point where they have these very iconic IPs underneath and franchises underneath them that have been able to help them stay afloat. But I think there's a different issue in the industry. Raising prices of games to just save every company doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. We have too much trash software that is just terrible. It either, you know, a lot of these big companies too, they don't follow through on the promise of the content that's supposed to be there. They don't follow through with the promise of performance that's supposed to be there. They don't deserve the money. What should happen to those companies? They should suffer. They should suffer. If you're not doing your job and bringing to the consumer what you're promising, you should suffer. That's what business is. You produce a subpar product, other products in that industry are going to be bought more than yours will be, which in turn means you're going to have a hard time. That's any business that has a consumer, you know what I mean, developer or producer kind of relationship. And that's the way it should be. So just raising prices on games to save AAA gaming, AAA gaming's not going to die ever. Now, what will die off in AAA gaming will be the bad companies. And let's go. I'm about it. Let's go. Let them die off. I don't care. Let them die off. Because I'll tell you what, there are companies that absolutely will not go away, like Larian. Larian will be fine, right? Because they're a good developer and they're a good publisher. There will be other companies that will be fine too, and there will be other companies that will die and they need to die off. And people have to quit looking at it as, oh, well, you know, the industry's struggling because they're not making enough money. That is a crock of crap. There is so much money in this industry. Okay? And just raising prices to save every company, that's not the answer. That's exacerbating an issue we've been dealing with already. Okay? And I say this all the time. I promote this notion on the constant. If you're having a great time in a game and you're getting an excessive amount of entertainment time out of a title, you should probably take a look at how you can continue to support the company that gave you that entertainment further than what you already have. Right? But the opposite also holds true. We need to make sure we're getting what we're paying for. There are a lot of games out there that a $70 price tag, a AAA price tag, for the amount of game time you're getting in relation to what you get out of a lot of, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with shorter games. Don't get it twisted. Okay? There's nothing wrong with shorter games. But there is something appropriate about how much entertainment you're getting for how much you're paying, right? Absolutely. When you take a look at the spectrum of, you know, Is $50 price tag okay for 6 to 8 hours of Senua's Saga Hellblade 2? Not in my opinion. No. Just play it on Game Pass, right? Is $20 for 40 to 50 hours worth of Dave the Diver, and that was on release. There's even more content now. Appropriate. That's very, very good. Yeah. And then you talk about other things like free-to-play games. There are free-to-play games out there people play that get thousands of hours out of, and they don't ever have to drop a dime on. But you should take a look. You should take a step back sometimes if you're playing those kinds of games, or even very low entry point price games. If you're getting just excessive amount of time out of them, you should support those developers. You should support those developers / publishers, because they are doing you a really big service and giving you a lot of entertainment out of a product that you never had to pay for. As opposed to $70 for, 15 hours of a subpar content Immortals of Avium, Or, and I think Hellblade 2's content is probably pretty solid, but still it's 6 to 8 hours, at $50. I don't think that's worth. I just don't. Everybody's going to have their own respective opinions based on budget and where you feel like how much, it's time is worth for your money, right? We all feel a little bit different about that, but there's a baseline for it too. And I'm sorry, but just raising prices on all AAA games continually to just save every AAA company, this is not the answer. This is just exacerbating an issue we've been dealing with as consumers for a long time already. This has got to stop. Path of Exile 2 is ready to go head-to-head with Diablo 4. Path of Exile 2 will be better. Fight me. That's also going to be a very subjective opinion on my part. But as somebody who stood in line at midnight for Diablo 3, installed it, beat it, uninstalled it, and will never play it again, and then found Path of Exile and put 12 to 1,500 hours into it, I have very little doubt that I would like Diablo 4 more than Path of Exile 2. There are a lot of people. This is the issue on the front of these two games. Diablo turned into more of a game that's casual. It's more for the casual gamer. It is. Path of Exile is a game that is built more for the dedicated gamer. The dedicated, hard, somebody that's going to be more deeply immersed and committed to consistently playing and keeping up with what's happening in that world. Path of Exile is and has been deeper than Diablo for a very long time now. It's an extremely deep and always evolving game that Blizzard just has not done with Diablo. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, don't get me wrong. People need both of these. People need both of these kinds of titles. I do believe that. There are a lot of people that don't have the amount of time, even if they do like a game like Path of Exile, they don't have the kind of time to devote to it. I've been there. And that's where a game like Diablo really does come in handy for people, because it doesn't require as much commitment. It doesn't require as much deep dive knowledge to be play at a high level, where Path of Exile usually does. And so, I respect both of those. Personally, though, Path of Exile, much, much better game, in my opinion. Kaiju number 8 receives video game on mobile and PC. Let's see. I got the yawns, dude. Yo. All good. I accidentally fat-clicked my keyboard. There's a Steam event this weekend. If you're interested in trying out Hell Let Loose, Deep Rock Galactic, or GTFO, you can try them for free this weekend on Steam, everybody. All right, here's your link. No need in covering that entire article there. There's your link in chat. You can go take a look. Enter the Gungeon. This looks like Exit the Gungeon. Enter the Gungeon was like the first real solid playthrough I did streaming. It was so good. What a great game. Is this the banana game? It is. Yeah, Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl release date. Let's go. God, this song's a banger, isn't it? Yep, I've already got it liked. Switch remake finally resurfaces nearly 5 years later. We'll see what this is. PlayStation quietly gets a classic PS2 game on the PS4 and PS5. We've seen some stuff about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and Greedfall 2 here recently, so I'm not going to cover either one of those right now. What's up, 8-Row? What's going on, buddy? We're vibing. Hello. How you been, buddy? Anybody need a 98-inch TV? Yeah, if you haven't seen the free game this week, it's Red Out 2 on Epic. So if you're interested, go grab it, all right? We've covered an amount of Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero here recently, too, so I'm not going to dive into this either. But it's exciting, dude. In large part for me, man, because, you know, while I used to play... In the past, I've played Dragon Ball Z games, or Dragon Ball games here and there, and I've enjoyed them. My son really took to them, and my son loves Dragon Ball games, and he's really stoked about this one. Hey, man, I appreciate it, brother. Yeah, I hope you have a good day too, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it, man. Thanks for stopping by. Sorry I won't be gaming, dude. But it's an important day to spend with my wife and kids, man. So I appreciate you guys understanding. How's life, brother? Everything all right? We talked about that yesterday. The Shovel Knight DX stuff. There'll be a link in our Discord from yesterday's news segment where you can take a look at that if you're interested and you missed it. X-Defiant leaks new characters that might come to the game. We already know that we're getting one with Season 1. We'll take a quick peek. We've been playing a lot of X-Defiant. Let's take a look at it. Sounds a lot like speculation, but we'll see. Battle Aces. This is that RTS that kept getting promoted during the Summer Showcase stuff. And they kept promoting it as, we're getting rid of all your clicks. You're not going to have to click on anything anymore. And everybody was like, what? Isn't that the part of like an RTS? Like, that's how you play the game? Who knows? Maybe we were missing something, but it seemed weird. The song is quite intense. This song, on the other hand, is called Princess is in Another Castle. I love it. I'm going to go one more page. It's a little bit bleak on the news front today, man. So, since this is all we're doing is the news today, I'm going to try to make sure we got as much as possible to cover. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 reportedly will not be 300 gigabytes. Soup. Here you go. Here's your copium, dog. Yeah, Galvanic Games closing down. We talked about that yesterday. All right, we'll just stick with this, guys. A little bit bleak. The news be like that on Sundays quite often, right? So it is what it is. But let's see what they're talking about here. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 reportedly will not be 300 gigabytes, okay? And Soup already bought a hard drive, you know? Already. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 drops October 25th, ditching the 300 gigabyte scare, and it's ready to thrill on all consoles and Xbox Game Pass. The Call of Duty community was abuzz with concern this week following a report that Call of Duty Black Ops 6, the latest installment in the popular first-person shooter series, would require a colossal 300 gigs of storage space. The figure, which surfaced on the Xbox store page for the game, left many fans wondering if their hard drives could handle such a massive download, especially given the past games in the series have typically required about half that amount of storage. However, these fears were quickly laid to rest by a clarification from the official Call of Duty Updates account on Twitter, formerly known as X. In a statement, the account explained that the 300 gigabyte figure was a misunderstanding. This size included not only Black Ops 6, but also the full installations of Modern Warfare 2 and 3 and Warzone, and all related content packs and localized language options. This total was mistakenly interpreted as the required space for Black Ops 6 alone. Clarification from Activision eases fears of massive 300 gigabyte download size. Quote, the 300 gigabyte figure shown on the Xbox store page includes a comprehensive installation that combines several Call of Duty titles and related content. The statement said, most players interested in Black Ops 6 will not need to download all of these components, particularly if they are focused solely on the new game. This explanation has alleviated the immediate concerns of many in the Call of Duty community. Activision assured players that Black Ops 6 would be available as a standalone download at launch, without necessitating the installation of other Call of Duty titles or additional language packs. While the exact download size for Black Ops 6 has not yet been confirmed, it is expected to be far less than the initially feared 300 gigabytes. Probably roughly half of that. Historically, Call of Duty titles have required significant storage space. Black Ops Cold War, for example, took 130 gigs. If Black Ops 6 follows a similar trend and requires around 150, it would align with the storage demands of other contemporary video games. This would make the game much more manageable for fans who are bracing for a potentially exorbitant storage requirement. The final install size for Black Ops 6 will be revealed closer to the game's release date, as developers are still finalizing the details. Call of Duty titles typically feature modular installations allowing players to choose which parts of the game they want to install. This feature, which lets users download only the campaign, multiplayer, or zombies mode, can help manage storage space more effectively and cater to individual player preferences. There you go. Everybody was tripping, dude. Everybody was tripping. It seemed kind of wild, I'll be honest. Yeah, I wasn't really covering it too much because I was waiting to see if this was going to be officially the thing, and it's not. Soup was like, I need 4 more terabytes of space. Because Black Ops 6 is 300 gigs. See? It's only going to be like half that size, man. Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl release date, gameplay, and story details. We're just going to be going after the release date here. I'll let you cover a bit more of this story. It's going to be quite a long article, and let's see. It won't be that long, actually. Yeah, we'll read this. That's fine. So, in what has been a tumultuous journey for the Stalker series, it seemed like we might never get a launch day. With the recent Xbox Game Showcase, the developers finally revealed a release date for Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl, and it's coming in 2024. Here's what we know about the game, including the story and gameplay we've seen so far. You'll face some gross things in the zone. Image via GSC Game World. When does it come out? Thursday, September 5th, 2024. GSC Game World, the developers, confirmed this release date at long last during Xbox Game Showcase in June. Yes. A game that has been on people's radar since 2010, finally close to launching. Be available day one with Game Pass, coming to Xbox Series X and S and PC as well. It'll be a huge open world game. You explore an area called the Zone, almost certainly a reference to the exclusion zone in the real world Chernobyl, an irritated wasteland full of mutated monstrosities. I think this is supposed to be irradiated, not irritated. I think it's supposed to be irradiated. I think it has to do with radiation, not irritated. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think I'm right here. From what we've seen in trailers, this game will feature a first-person perspective and focus on using guns, melee combat, and horror elements as you make your way across a bleak land. As you play, you'll come across other survivors who have formed different factions. It's up to you to decide whether you want to befriend these people or put them down. There will be over 30 weapon types in the game, all of which will allow for customizations and other modifications to make your own lethal weapons. After the launch, a multiplayer mode is planned. Unclear if this will be a standalone mode or if it means the main campaign will have multiplayer where you can explore and survive with your friends. They do have some story stuff here you can look at on the Steam page as well if you want more about the story, okay? I'll link it. Yo, knock it off. Switch Remake finally resurfaces nearly 5 years later. Remake of a classic horror arcade game may finally be coming to the Switch. House of the Dead 2 Remake? No way. Previously announced back in 2019, has now been rated for the Switch. It was rated in Europe by Peggy this week, according to Gamatsu. The contents of the rating itself aren't really important in this case. It's getting a Peggy 18 rating, which is expected given that it's a game about blasting zombies. The content warnings talk only about blasting those aforementioned zombies and the civilians that get eaten if you're not quick enough to save them. Rather, it's the existence of the rating itself that's promising news for those who've been waiting on this game for a while now. The original House of the Dead game already got its own remake, and after that happened, it was announced in 2019 by publisher Forever Entertainment that the company had indeed signed a deal with Sega to make this remake happen. Hi guys, this is a quote. We confirm the signing of the agreement regarding remakes of the games House of the Dead and House of the Dead 2. The announcement from years ago said no platforms or release dates have been confirmed, and unfortunately we can't say anything more for now. So, no platforms were announced at the time. House of the Dead remake came to the Switch before going to other platforms too. Seeing how Forever Entertainment specializes in Switch games, it was given that it would come to the platform. No surprise then that the PEGI listing has only the Switch version listed, though the June 14th date there is obviously wrong since it would have been out by now, right? 90% off, nice dude. Middling reception for the remake. Hopeful that the House of the Dead 2 remake will be better, though. Yeah. Alright. Yo, are you returning your hard drives now? Now that it's confirmed that Call of Duty's not actually 300 gigs, like you were freaking out about.
Hey, shut your pie hole, buddy!
Nice, dude. Well played. Alright, my bad, dude. PlayStation quietly gets classic PS2 game on PS4 and PS5. Have we already covered this? Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. Yeah, I think we did cover this, but... Brother, is this not like some of the music for Never Ending Story? There's like a tune in here that sounds like part of the music from Never Ending Story. I might be tripping, dude. Anyways, you don't even have to be part of the PS Plus tier, nor do you have to have PlayStation Plus at all to play this game. Instead, you can just buy Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus right from the PlayStation Store, and not for much at all either. This PS2 game is available in both PS4 and PS5 versions, only costs $10 US. So there you go. Sly Cooper game there from the PS2 era, now available for PlayStation, man. And you can just buy it outright. Very cool. If you're interested. X-Defiant leaks new characters that might come to the game. Okay. Oh, dude. Yeah, they've definitely got, you know... Oh, don't put crap like this in there. Don't do this. Don't do this to that game, please. Keep it semi... kind of... I don't want to see them turn it into some kind of like freak show where you've got rabbits running around as characters you can play as, and you know, don't let it get that wild, dude. Keep it fairly legit here. Like I could see them getting some Assassin's Creed characters in there, you know, obviously that's a big IP, if not the biggest for them, for Ubisoft. So, and they've got other franchises they can still work off of. So, but don't do that. Rumored new X-Defiant characters. Data miner Rogue Texas, who recently got their Twitter account suspended, leaked some information regarding possible future characters coming to the game. Based on the now deleted tweet, assets of characters based on the Crew and Rabbids franchise were found. No, dude, no. Don't do this. Honestly, it's difficult to get a grasp on having cute, loony characters from the Rabbids franchise hop on a realistic-looking game like X-Defiant. From a logical standpoint, a map based on the cartoon-looking franchise will likely come to the surface. However, based on the data mine, it seems that these rabbits might become playable characters. God dang it, dude. That would be such a turn off for me. According to the data miner, the following factions could be coming to the game: Assassins from Assassin's Creed, GSG-9 Blitz, IQ Jaeger, or Bandit. Rainbow Six Siege. Yeah, that isn't Rainbow Six Siege. Aren't these the ones that have already been confirmed to be coming for the season 1? I think so, right? The Highwaymen, Far Cry New Dawn, Ghosts, Ghost Recon Breakpoint, The Crew, Rabbids. Don't do this, dude. Don't do this Rabbids crap. Another notable faction on this list is the Assassins. It's no secret that Assassin's Creed is one of Ubi's most successful gaming franchises. Considering how XDefiant is a crossover title among the developers' franchises, having the Assassins join the fray isn't out of the question. Yeah, I can see that happening, and that's okay. Because, you know, across the Assassin's Creed franchises, there's definitely been eras where, you know, rifles and guns have been used, and so it's not normally modern like XDefiant is, but it's okay. It could work. The rabbits, dude, no. Don't do this. This is going to really be a turnoff in that game, dog. They need to just stay away from that notion. Kaiju number 8 receives video game on mobile and PC. Soup, you getting jacked for playing some ZZZ together, dude? Like 2 weeks away, brother. 2.5. As if an anime adaptation of Naoa Matsumoto's Kaiju number 8 manga was enough, now we're getting a video game on mobile and PC platforms. As of now, the project is simply titled Kaiju number 8 the Game. Akatsuki Games is handling the development in conjunction with Toho and Production IG for promotional cooperation. There's no release date, however, there is an announcement trailer you can check out below. Let's watch this, let's go. Well, Soup's in. The animation looks really good. Alright. Well, that's all they're telling us right now. We'll keep our eyes and ears peeled for some more information on Kaiju number 8 and try to find out more about what the game's actually going to entail, okay? Looks like it could be cool, though. Didn't mean to do that. There we go. Alright. This is the last article, guys. It's a bit bleak on the news front this morning, so... but it's like that quite often on Sundays and even Mondays, just, you know, winding down the week and just, it'll ramp back up at the beginning of the week here, but, we'll finish it out with this. Here are the Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree release and preload times, alright? From Software knows you want to plan your absence from work or school to play Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree expansion, and a week before launch, here they have listed the global release times for launch so you can act accordingly. Have times for each region and each platform as shown in the image above, which can be seen in larger form here, but you can just read the list below if you want as well. I'm bolding America, since that's most of my readership. Preload, 48 hours before launch time on PlayStation. No preload for Xbox or PC. Must download and install at lunchtime. Launch time, not lunchtime. I must be hungry. Release times. Console. PDT, June 20th, 9 p.m. PC, 3 p.m. CDT, console, June 20th, 11 p.m. PC, 5 p.m. I hate this. I always hate this. Why is console getting a jump on PC? Why? that always pisses me off. Console EDT June 21st, 12 a.m. PC June 20th at 11 p.m. Wait, what? Okay, I'm reading this wrong. PC's actually getting the releases before? PC's getting the releases before. Interesting. Almost every time I see this happen, it's like console gets the release before PC does. It's backwards. It was wrong in my head. Interesting. So I wonder why that is then. I wonder why PC's getting it before console is. So, COT console is June 21st at 12 a.m. PC will be June 20th at 5 p.m. BRT June 21st, 12 a.m. PC June 20th at 7 p.m. BST console is June 21st at 12 a.m. PC at June 20th at 11 p.m. CEST is console June 21st at 12 a.m. and PC at 12 a.m. So those are the same exact time. MSK console June 21st, 12 a.m. and PC 1 a.m. EEST console June 21st, 12 a.m. PC 1 a.m. SAST, I'll let you guys read the rest of. There's a lot of those, dude. You can read all of them. They got all the time zones, all of them. What's up, Davey? How you doing, buddy? Happy Sunday, dude. You may notice a pattern here in that every single region -2 US time zones has a console launch time at 12 a.m. on June 21st. That means you can preload on PlayStation only on June 19th at 12 a.m. for most regions. Oh, that's just for the preload, I guess, yeah. Preload, yeah, okay. Just for the preload launch release time. Okay. PC release, meanwhile, is all over the place due to how distribution works there. I guess so. It will range from late night to early morning, depending on where you live. This means all PC regions are launching at the same moment globally, as opposed to midnight local time for console, which spreads that out more. Interesting. How's the unpacking going, Davey? Moving along, man. They've got a little thumbnail here that gives a map of the world with all the time zone releases for Shadow of the Erd Tree and everything. Don't forget also, if you're planning on playing Shadow of the Erd Tree DLC, you have to beat Mog in the original game. Okay? If you have not beaten Mog in the original game of Elden Ring, you won't be able to access the DLC content. You can install it. But you won't be able to access the content, apparently. You have to beat Mog first, which is an optional boss. Okay? That's the information that I've been reading and finding out anyways. So, if you didn't know that, and you're planning on playing Shadow of the Erd Tree, you might want to make sure you have him defeated first. Alright? Hard to breathe. Oh, man, I'm sorry, man. Dude, yeah, you need to take it easy today. Take it easy, man. Take it easy. That's the news, guys. It was a quick news segment this morning. Again, Sundays be like that sometimes, and Mondays can be too. So we'll see how tomorrow goes. But that's all we're doing today. Just the news. Just the news. I'm going to spend the rest of the day with my wife and kids. It's Father's Day, man. And again, as in the same way that I started the stream up this morning, I'll just say thank you from myself to all the dads out there, man. Meaning anybody that has filled that role for anybody else. Played that role as a father. Given somebody an example of leadership, and especially a good father. Okay, so something to follow, to give somebody to look up towards and grow in a better way, and have a set of ethics and morals and just taking time after maybe they've been at work for 10 hours a day sweating their ass off and would still come home and play baseball with their son all night long, if they wanted to, which was my dad. you know. My dad would do it every night if I wanted him to. And it's those things, I think, you know what I mean, that you look back on and make a huge difference for you and stuff. And for my own life, you know, I was very fortunate. I had my biological father was he is an amazing dad. He's still with us, you know what I mean. An amazing individual, and I appreciate my dad very, very much. And I also married into an amazing family, and I have an amazing stepfather as well. I got very lucky, very fortunate, you know, and you know, my dad and I are a lot alike in our, you know, way we've addressed life, kind of, and having to learn things the hard way. And he did his best to try and help me avoid some of that pain and suffering when I was younger. But you know, I was a lot like he was when he was younger and everything too. But my dad was awesome. It is awesome. I mean, I say was because of, you know, a lot of what it was for me growing up, but he still, you know, is always there for me and is always playing that father role, and always has, and I appreciate it very much. You know, we have an amazing relationship, and I think that my big sentiment here for people is that you don't have to be blood related to anybody. You don't have to be biological for things to be to fill that role. You know, there are a lot of people in the world that need a good influence. They need some kind of figure to look up to and to look towards for some kind of guidance or help in navigating the craziness that life can throw you. You know what I mean? And anybody that is willing to step in there and fill that role, you deserve a happy Father's Day, as far as I'm concerned, you know. So, to anybody that has done that for anybody else and has led other individuals into a, you know, more ethically and morally sound life as they've, you know, grown and gotten older and things like that, and just a lot of times with kids, man, it's just about trying to find time to spend with them and everything. You know, kids just need the attention. You know, that's half the battle right there of you know, being a parent and everything. And so, to the dads out there that have done it the right way, and even if, again, it doesn't need to be biological. If you played that role, then you've done, you know, a great thing, and I appreciate it. Thank you. Even if you don't get a thank you today from who maybe you should get it from, then I'll say it, and I appreciate it, and I very much appreciate it. You know, from my own father and my own stepfather. You guys are amazing, and I appreciate you. So, everybody out there, have a great Father's Day. Okay, you guys rock. Thanks for understanding that I'm gonna take time out of my day to go hang out with my kids. I don't probably take enough time to spend with my kids, and so today's one of those days I reflect on that kind of thing, and I'm gonna go ahead and make that time. So that's it for the news, man. I appreciate you guys. You're amazing. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend and a great rest of your Sunday, and we'll be back at it tomorrow, man. You guys know the jam. Same time, same place. I know today's a little bit out of the ordinary, but it's for a good reason, and tomorrow we'll be back at it, same time, 6 a.m. CST, CDT, kicking it off with video gaming news for June 17th, and then we'll play more Ghosts of Tsushima, all right? So I guess until then, stay healthy, stay safe, be kind. Thanks for being the amazing people you are. Another big shout-out, dude, to our buddy Tinwin for the, 34-month resub yesterday. Incredible, man. And everybody for just being here and being a part of what we do on the constant. You guys are amazing, and I appreciate it very much. So have a great, safe, and awesome rest of your weekend. Davey, rest up, buddy. I hope you start feeling better. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right? Tell your dads thank you and happy Father's Day. I'm out of here, guys.